Good morning to my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. Just popping off the train here at Circular Quay, and it looks to be the beginning of another beautiful day here in Sydney. There's not a breath of air, not a breath of wind. I can just see the flags up there on the harbour bridge, looking very listless. But look at the colours. Look at the colours of this magnificent Circular Quay. Just glorious. Got the lights reflecting off the harbour, the stillness of the morning, and the train just heading off from this public space known as Circular Quay train station. Anyway, let's go on a walk and talk and see where today leads us. And we've got a book summary today entitled The Charisma Myth. The Charisma Myth by OIivia Fox Cabane. And this book is all about learning how to express charisma. And the author here starts the book with a quote saying that consciously or not, charismatic individuals choose specific behaviours that make other people feel a certain way. These behaviours can be learned and perfected by anyone. So I've read other books which suggest that charisma is something that you can be born with, something that is very, very unique to individuals. And yet this author here suggests the opposite, that charisma is something that can be learned. So let's see what she has to say, and try and take on some of these life hacks, some of her life hacks in order to enable us to be more charismatic in our engagement and be more appealing to the people around us. And the author says, and just makes a very specific point here, that charisma is very, very important and is an essential trait for people who are leaders. So for each person who wants to lead other people, you need to tap in to charisma, to your charisma style, so that you can connect and get the most out of those relationships. So what is charisma? The author talks about, from her perspective, what charisma is, and she says that it's a presence, a power and a warmth, and these three key factors are important for developing charisma. So being present, exuding power, and expressing warmth are the three key factors for developing charisma, according to the author. So the author then goes on to say that in a world where there are so many distractions, the skills of being charismatic are quite rare, but very, very important if you want to stand out, if you want to make a difference, and if you want to connect with people. So the bottom line is, according to the author, is we need to become super likable. I remember years ago as a young man watching Get Smart, and in a number of the episodes there was always a fellow by the name of Simon the Likeable, and I always used to laugh how we used to have that smile and the little sparkle in his smile, and it was just so impressive. So to a certain extent, we need to tap into Simon the Likeable, into his persona, and take that on board in order to become more charismatic and able to link and connect with people and get them on board our train and enable them to be passengers on our journey. So how do you become super likable? How do you become like Simon the Likeable? According to the author, we need to do whatever we can to try and eliminate the distractions that we have around us. Use a skill called power posing, and bring on gratitude, goodwill and compassion. And those three elements will assist in building our charisma style. So the author then says it's important to start to visualize and connect with the people around you. And one of the key points here that they make, and I like it a lot, is to try and visualize and try and see that others around you have wings, angel wings, because it's important to be able to feel and to think that everyone has good in them. Because if you can feel the good in everyone, then that in itself is an important step forward to connecting with people and wanting to connect with people, because you're drawn to their goodness, you're drawn to their appeal, and when you're drawn to other people, they'll naturally reciprocate and be drawn to you. The next thing that the author talks about is the need to visualize the confident self, and to look back to a time where you felt unstoppable, a time where you felt loved, a time where you felt confident, strong, so that you can tap into that feeling and relive that feeling on call. And you always, use the question, remember when I felt unstoppable, remember when I felt powerful, remember when I felt lovable, and just keep on repeating those patterns, those questions in your mind until you get back to that state. And once you're in that state, you can use that to then exude your confidence or exude your charisma. And the author said that there will be times when you're with other people and you start to drift off, you start to lose your focus, you start to get distracted. And the author says that when you're in that situation, the important thing that you need to do is to try and focus on your toe when you're losing focus in a conversation, and that will help bring you back to where you are and where you should be. Hey Justin, how you going, mate?
Hey mate.
Have a good day. So focus on your toe. It's a nice little trick to have to help you refocus and get reconnect with people. So the next key point to come out of this book on charisma is that you need to find your own charisma style to stay yourself while developing charisma, because you can't force charisma. You basically need to find your own style, and don't try and copy other people's styles. So the author then talks about the various styles of charisma that you may want to consider working on. And there's 4 different styles, as I mentioned. The first style is called focus charisma, where you focus and have a very, very sharp focus. And Bill Clinton exuded this style of charisma. People say that when you're with Bill Clinton, you felt as if you're the only person in the room. He could focus so intently on you and make you feel so good that you were just picked up and taken by that style. The next style of charisma that we talk about is visionary charisma, the sort of charisma that was exuded by Steve Jobs, where he could take you on a journey with his vision, and you just submitted to that journey and that vision, and were overwhelmed by its beauty. The third type of charisma is known as the kindness charisma, the sort of charisma that the Dalai Lama is known for, where you acknowledge and accept the people around you and feel loved and feel cherished. And the last style of charisma is the authority charisma. It's a sort of charisma that is expressed by leaders such as Bill Gates, who are a leader in their field, and you know that by following them that they'll take you on a course which will be of benefit to you and everybody around you. So the bottom line, according to the author, is you just need to go with the flow and go with your natural style and not try and be unnatural. So the last key points, and probably the best points of this book, are the last ones, where it says that charisma starts in your mind, and be ready to face obstacles along the way, because we all have we all sabotage our charisma, and the sabotage comes in the form of self-doubt, impatience, annoyance and irritation. And if you experience any of those things, they can throw you out and spoil your style. So we need to focus and work on our internal mental states, because the bottom line is, whatever's happening inside of your head, whatever is affecting your state, it will also significantly influence your body language and the words that you use, and it will influence your presence, your peacefulness, and the warmth that you exude. So what's happening inside of you at any point in time is going to significantly influence how everything else around you appears, and your magnetism is portrayed. So what do we need to do? We need to do a few things that will help us stay focused and stay appealing, I guess is the bottom line. And this one here is a beauty. We need to de-dramatize everything around us, because there are things that are happening that are going to influence us and overwhelm us and steal from us our charisma. So one important thing that a lot of people need to learn, including myself, and you see it all the time, people just over-dramatize things, and once you over-dramatize things, then you lose power. It defocuses you, it disempowers you, and it makes you lose the magic that you may have. So de-dramatize is the key. The next important point that the author puts forward is that we need to destigmatize, and it's okay to feel negative, and it's okay to have ups and downs, but you need to destigmatize that and not to over focus on it. And the last point from this book is that the author suggests that we need to neutralize negativity. to take away its power through neutralizing it. And the way you neutralize negativity is that you label it. And the bottom line is that we need to change the stories that we tell ourselves, because through changing those stories, you neutralize negativity, you take away its power, and you then remove any influence that it has on your body language, on your virtual language, and it will help influence your presence in a powerful way, in a positive way, and it will make you more warm and more appealing to those around you. So thank you once again for joining me on Jim's 5 a.m. Club. It's a quiet, it's a still morning. It's still warm, although we've got autumn coming to us. The chill in the air is starting to develop, but it hasn't hit us quite yet. I can still feel the warmth of summer. So what we'll do is we'll start heading back, as I'm heading back to work, and we'll finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable, and most importantly, let's try and pick up some of these life hacks from OIivia on the charisma myth, where she says that charisma is real, and it's not necessarily something that you're born with, but something that you can develop by picking up habits and by learning the different styles and expressing your style. And that charisma is absolutely critical if you are going to find love, if you're going to lead people, lead teams, and achieve results in your life. So thank you very much for joining me once again, and I'll come to you later on this morning on my morning break with another 5 a.m. club, where we go on a walk and talk, we go on a journey, we do a book summary, and we help each other get through the morning, get through the day, and basically learn some life hacks that will enable us to have some wind beneath our wings, to enable us to grow, develop, become better versions of ourselves, where we can live, learn, and pass it on. So thank you, Vilakia from Jim's 5 a.m. Club, and we'll chat again. Take care and have a magnificent Thursday. Yasas, and bye for now.